Welcome in to the Arkansas Sports Network's Hometown Sports Football Preview, proudly presented by Arkansas Tech University, D3 Auto Sales, and by Metcalf Trucking Company. Today we sit down with Booneville Bearcat head coach Doc Crowley. This Pigskin Preview is brought to you by Dr. Andrew Daniel, LLC.
Welcome back to the Hometown Sports Arkansas Football Preview presented by the Arkansas Sports Network. We've got Coach Doc Crowley of Booneville here. And Coach, man, it's good to have you. Known you for a long time. You're the only person I could say that really beat my butt in flag football. And not even Eli Drinkwitz could say that. So,
oh man, well, yeah, we talked about that in the office the other day. How we used to have some battles back in the day.
Oh man, it was fun. It was fun. A lot of fun back then in those days. If you were not good enough to play college football, it was definitely a way to spend some time, have some fun, and right. It was a good time. But anyway, you have graduated to the real deal. You're on Friday nights. You got a great job there at Booneville, and you guys were able to win a state championship last year, 23-24. Tell us a little bit about the state championship run that you guys had.
Yeah, man, it was a very special season. We knew we had the ability to have a state championship caliber football team. Just didn't know how good we were. We lost Rylan Ray in week 7 or 8 in the Mansfield game with a broken leg, and we had to do some juggling around, and didn't know how we were going to end up because we started five sophomores on the defensive side and 4 on the offensive side, so there were a lot of questions. And then when we went to Camden Harmony Grove and took care of business down there, it kind of started to click, and I realized that maybe we did have what it takes to get it done. And then, a senior loaded Glen Rose team comes up in the semifinals and jumps out on us early. And, we just responded and took care of business. And then, the game in Little Rock was a fun one. Prescott, anytime you play those guys, they're going to be the most athletic team on the field. And, we just leaned on our seniors. We didn't have many of them, but we leaned on them, and they made some big plays for us and helped us come out, on top.
I guess it would be remiss not to mention Dax Goff. I mean, that guy, he's won our baseball MVP. He's going to go play college football. Guy can do just about anything. A very, very special player there at Booneville, and one of the best, if not the best, to ever come out.
Definitely, man. He's gonna be missed. I may have some old guys get on to me or be mad at me, but I'll just go ahead and say it. I think he's the best one to ever play here, and he could go play college baseball if he wanted to. He's just anytime he goes out on the field, whatever it is, or competes, he's one of the best competitors, one of the best kids I've ever been around. And, it'll be a little bit different this year not having him. You can just hand it to him and watch him go and make you look good. And be a little different going down the field this year. And then, I think he's going to do really good things at Harding. And, he's going into a very, very good situation, and wish him nothing but the best.
Well, let's talk about this year. Let's talk a little bit about your assistants. One of the reasons why we do this, those guys do a lot of dirty work, don't get a lot of credit, don't get a lot of run. Tell me about the guys that help you on Friday nights.
Yeah, we have 5 assistants here, and they really, make what I do easy. 4 of the 5 that we have here graduated here and played here, so they know what the program's all about, and they love it, and they are awesome to have. Our defensive coordinator is Aaron Kimes, and he, I don't know another man that works harder than that guy. And then our co-offensive coordinators both graduated here as well, Chad Simpson and Jacob Hadaball, and then offensive line coach, running back coach, Cody Harrell. He was, state MVP for the 2013 state championship that we played on. So it's just very blessed to have guys that came back home and, just love it and want to be here and give everything back to the school, the program, community, and makes my job real easy.
Offensive that was listed for you guys, Flexbone. I think that's no surprise to anybody that's watched enough Booneville football to know. Tell us a little bit about that Flexbone you run.
Yeah, when I first took the job in 2020, we were a wing tee, and there is a pretty significant difference in the wing tee and the Flexbone. We went up to Harding and did some visiting with their coaches, and really fell in love with what they did, and implemented it into what we do. And it allows us. We're not ever really going to have the best, the fastest, the most athletic guys on the field, so it allows us year in and year out to be competitive with those guys that do, and just by being disciplined, playing hard, and trying to eliminate 2 defenders on every play, by reading one, pitching off one. So, and most of the time those are the guys that are really good. So, not having to block them, read them, pitch off of them, stuff like that. It makes it fun. Some people, a lot of people around here love it, and a lot of people around the state don't like it too much because it's boring, so, but we like doing what we know. So it's been fun.
Tell us a little bit about your defense. You listed as multiple. Tell us a little bit about your philosophy in that.
Yeah, Coach Kimes, he played here, and he, traditionally Booneville's been a 3-4 team, and that's kind of where we base out of. We will go with some even front stuff, but we just like to put our fastest guys on the field, and our meanest guys on the field on the defensive side, and just try to fly around and be relentless. And Coach Kimes does a great job preparing those guys. And like I said, we're not going to have traditionally more than 2 or 3 guys that are 4'8", 4'9" guys, so they got to know what they're doing and play really disciplined and be where they need to be, and he does a great job preparing them for
that. Tell me about your junior class, and I'm guessing here that junior class is going to be seniors. You talked about it's just full of athletes. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, we have, I think, 9 of them. So we're going to be it'll be the juniors coming in. We have like 28 or 29 of those guys, but we only have 8 or 9 seniors to be. And, we have some really good ones in that grade. And we return our quarterback, Jace Washburn, who had a big interception in the state championship game. And, hopefully we can get him off the defensive side and keep him healthy and keep him fresh. And Dakota Matson, who, has been a 2-year starter for us there. And then Damari Poole, who really started to come into his own in the playoffs and played really, really well for us, and has been a tremendous working hard, tremendous leader in this offseason, and kind of taking on that leadership role. And I would expect really big things out of Damari this coming season.
You guys, one of the things that you hang your hat on at Booneville is tradition. 775 wins. I think, what was it? Scorebook Live, something listed you guys in one of the top 100 programs in the state or in the nation. and one of the very top in the state of Arkansas. What is it like to have that kind of expectation? What is it like as far as, and I'm going to talk about some of the lower grades here, instilling that into those kids so that when they come up, they're ready to go and extend that tradition?
Yeah, it's one thing that we don't take very lightly. We want our kids to understand that, the tradition and everybody that's come before them and laid that foundation means everything. And our community I don't know how you could find another community that supports a program like ours does. It's amazing. And but I'll go back to, having guys that played here that are now coaching here. They understand what they went through, what they've done. They've been coached by some really, really good coaches, and they understand what the community means to the program, what the program means to the community. And, we start with we have some really good guys down there in the Little League program that that played here and understand it. And so, we take our 7th grade program really serious around here. And, we have 3 coaches in that period that are not easy on them. We try, if they don't want to play, we don't want them to be here. So we try to, develop that mindset at an early age, and having those guys that have done it and been here and know what it's about means everything.
Yeah, got to pass that along from generation to generation, and it's nothing like having people that have done it before to do it. Weaknesses of your team that are listed: you only return 2 offensive linemen, and then of course you got to try to replace Dax Goff. What do you do when you try to replace guys? Not just Dax, but I know that you guys are known for big, mean offensive linemen as well. What do you do to replace those guys as well?
Yeah, we do return to 2 guys on our left side, but we graduated, 3 really good ones. And we've got spring football coming up on Monday, and there's going to be a lot of questions answered there. We've got, about 7 guys that are very capable of stepping in there and I think being really, really good. But they're going to be competing for 3 spots, so just trying to figure out, the right combination there. I feel good about our left side. But, as far as replacing Dax and Ryland and the guys in the backfield, we got we got 4 or 5 halfbacks. They're not Dax Golf or anything, but they're little scrappy little dudes that'll get after you, and we feel really good about them. And keeping them healthy, and it'll be a different look going down the field. I don't think we're going to break any 80, 90-yard runs, but I think we can sustain drives and do what we need to do to hang on to the football. So the offensive line is going to be a big question mark for us, and if we can get that answered in the spring, that would be great going into summer.
As always, every coach looking to make sure that question is answered before any other one. I mean, that offensive line, you don't get a lot of credit, but you do get a lot of scorn.
That's right. Yeah,
when it doesn't happen.
You betcha.
So let's talk a little bit about your returning all conference players. You guys don't list any returning all state players, but I'm assuming these are just last names: Redmond, Washburn, Madsen, Poole, Lentz, Todd, Neitert, and Hicks. Talk about those guys.
Yeah, 4 of those guys are going to be seniors. I think the kid that could have the best ended up having the best football season for us is Rhett Neitert. He's a dang good little quarterback. I mean, we're going to, he's sitting there behind Jace, but I think we're going to move him to one of our slot backs, and he's, everything you want in a player. He's kind of a coach on the field. He started every game for us at safety last year and played a lot on offense. And I really think he's going to have a kind of a breakout year and be a really good player for us. And then, Dylan Todd is a kid that started every game on the defensive side for us. And Redmond and Hicks. They were the two guys that are returning on the offensive line on the left side, and keeping them healthy is going to be a big thing because they ended up playing really well for us down the stretch. And then Jace and Damari and Dakota, it's kind of we know what we have with those guys. We got to keep them healthy, and they're just good football players. Damari, his motor never stops, and he's kind of one of them kids that's very violent. When wherever he goes, he's going to be very violent, and he's going to anchor the defensive line for us and get some snaps at fullback as well.
Let's talk about your conference a little bit here. Of course, just right down the road, Charleston, Mansfield, not too far away either, West Fork, Hackett, Greenland, Lavaca, and Cedarville. Tell us a little bit about what you see in the conference. Talk about some of those players that well, on Friday night, you're going to have to know where those kids are to be successful.
Yeah, man, I think it's crazy. Mansfield coming off a semifinal run, and Charleston, I think, would have been right there as well if their quarterback hadn't got hurt. So I think those two teams are I think it's going to be a 3-4 horse race, and anybody could win it, win the conference. But obviously, when you think about players in the conference, the Burton kid from Mansfield, he's going to be one of the best, I think, all-around players in 3A football. He's a very good running back. And then Carter Little over at Charleston, the quarterback, he went down and with a broken wrist. But he kind of makes everything go. And Charleston has a really, really good young class. And, those two kids kind of stand out in the conference above everybody else of the top returners and guys that really make you nervous. And, I figure it's going to be a battle, and, anybody could come, anybody could be 1 through 3, 1 through 4, and we'll see how it shakes out.
Tell us just a little bit about your schedule and what you got for this year.
Yeah, we open up with Podo at home, which I think is going to be a really good test for us. Podo's traditionally finishing in the semifinals, won a state championship a few years back, and a very physical football team. Classification above us there, and so we get them at home, and I like scheduling tough non-conference, try to get you ready. And then we, get Ozark at home, and Booneville Ozark is always just kind of the game of the year, for our kids, their kids. And they've got a really good team coming back. So it's going to be, those first two are going to be really, really tough. And then we're trying to, renew a little old rivalry with Paris, North Logan County, South Logan County. And those are kind of our 3 non-conference games. And, we expect them to be really tough and some really good teams. So luckily 2 of those games will be at home, and we'll be on the road for another one. But, could be 3-0, could be 0-3. Who knows how that'll go? But the goal is to get ready for December, and that's playing those teams will, I think, get us there.
Tell us a little bit. Let's just do this. The end of this season, when you look back on it, it will be a successful season at Booneville if.
Yes, if we get back to Little Rock, I think that's kind of the way everything's going around here right now. The kids have such a high expectation. And I think every one of those kids in there would tell you the same thing. They want to win a conference championship for sure, and that's the first goal. But they've got a taste of what it's been like to get down there and get your head caved in by Charleston. You've had the joy of winning it all. So I think that's kind of where the mentality of the team is, to get back down there and try to do it again.
You just at Booneville, that's what you do, right?
Yeah, I guess so. The pressure's on, huh? Yeah,
that's it. Well, Coach, thank you for joining us here on the Arkansas Sports Network Hometown Sports Football Preview. We want you to stay tuned with us. We've got videos from coaches all over the state of Arkansas. You can check us out on Facebook.com/ARSportsNet and ARSportsNetHS, as well as YouTube at Arkansas Sports Network. Coach, thank you for joining us once again. We will talk to you soon.
Man, thank you. Thank you for all you guys do for Arkansas high school sports. It's really, really awesome. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks again for joining us on the Arkansas Sports Network's Hometown Sports Football Preview. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Arkansas Sports Network on YouTube to catch more previews and all the latest updates on your favorite teams.